I had did a trade for a bunch of different things, and one of the things included was the promotional disc Legend of Zelda. This has Legend of Zelda 1 and 2 for the NES. It also has Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. And it also came with a playable demo for Wind Waker. Now, I had, and it is complete, the version, I had bought the purple version of the GameCube when I was younger. It was probably 17, 18, something like that. And my GameCube came with this game. And I actually, the first time I ever beat and understood how to play The Legend of Zelda for the NES, I actually beat it with this disc. Well, not this exact copy, but with a disc like this. Both Legend of Zelda and Adventures of Link, I beat with a disc like this. So, alright, what's next? Got some Sega Genesis games here. My buddy Marlon was selling some games. Let's see. Not all of these games. Let's do it like this. Alright, so this pile comes from my buddy Marlon. He gave me a really, really good bro deal on these games. I mean, they may as well been free. I mean, really good deal on these games. So we've got Thunder Force 2, and it wasn't complete, but it's a shooter, so I didn't mind at all. Contra, Hard Corps. This, again, this one wasn't complete, but I didn't mind because the price I paid right here, I'm not even gonna repeat, but it was just awesome. Flashback, and that one is complete. Cool Spot. Cool Spot is a game that I had when I was a kid, and I loved it. I fell in love with the game. It's complete. I really like the game. One day I'll probably do some sort of run through it on my channel. So then another Sega Genesis game that I got recently in a trade, Lightning Force. And this is absolutely mint condition, fully complete. I mean, couldn't believe that I found this. I traded some toys for this stuff. Some toys that I paid barely nothing for. If you are not utilizing Facebook to secure trades or anything like that, I highly suggest that you do. eBay, Craigslist, it's not the only option. And there are deals out there to be had if you search for them. So we got some loose carts Genesis here. I can't even remember where I got them. I just know they were in a pile of stuff that I recently got. So Pitfall, the Mayan Adventure, I played that one. I rented it so many times as a kid. I don't know why, but I did. I just liked the game. I don't think I ever got past the second level, but Echo, the Tides of Time, Genesis 6-pack. This is kind of stupid because this would, now I remember, this was part of a trade. It was the same trade pile as the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition. I was trying to get this game because the cart that I had was all messed up, especially the in label, and I got this one, and the fucking in label's messed up on this one too. So pretty much wasted my time with that. But it's my own damn fault, so. Alright, next up, we've got Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons. I already had Ages, but this one is pretty much in mint. I mean, it almost seems to me that someone got this out of the box and they just had an extra copy or something, but because this seems like it was kept in a box or a case for all these years. And so next up, I don't know if I shared this one yet, but it's a shooter, so I'm gonna share it again, I guess, if I didn't say anything. But I don't know if it's supposed to be pronounced Axley or Axley, but I'm gonna say it Axley. Axley for Super Nintendo. Awesome shooter. Visually stunning. Great music. This game fucking rocks. I had been searching for it for a long time. I think I got it. I probably overpaid for it because I had been looking for it for so long, and I walk into this shitty fucking store in New Orleans. It's in what's known as the Esplanade Mall. And the type of store that you walk into and you see a loose copy of Super Mario 64, and the guy with a straight face is charging $75 for a loose cart Super Mario 64. The problem was, I saw Axley sitting in the glass case, and if I remember correctly, it was either $55 or $65. And fully admitted, I overpaid for it. Definitely. Without a shadow of a doubt. But I had been looking for this game before I had even got a Super Nintendo when I started collecting. So I ate it. I just bought it. Not gonna lie. So next up we have Wild Guns. I have never played any game in this series. But I was trying not to miss out. I bought this right when it came out off of PlayAsia. I'm pretty sure I pre-ordered it, and I didn't get the damn keychain, which I'm still wondering why. But I got this. This was basically my last purchase that was made with real money before I got laid off. So yeah, I haven't been able to keep up with limited run games or anything like that. Let's see what's next. Speaking of keeping up, I luckily was able to sell some stuff so I could get this. So I've got the Super NT. Now, I have the AVS. Anybody's watched the channel before knows this. I talk about the AVS all the damn time. So, in my mind, I was trying to wait for Retro USB to come out with their version of the FPGA Super Nintendo. But, because usually it's cheaper. And the SNES NT was like $190 plus like $35 shipping, I think it was, or $25 shipping, something like that. So I was really dead set on waiting for a cheaper option. But ultimately, I had the money from selling a few things, and I said, screw it. I guess I'll do it. And the thing was, I didn't realize that it came with this director's cut of Super Turrican. and I'm really glad that I got it. It's built into the system. I'm gonna read this from the back, okay? Because to me, it's a really cool story. I mean, what a fucking time to be alive, right? We're getting fucking director's cuts of Super Nintendo games, fucking games over 20 years old. We're getting director's cuts of games. I mean, if that doesn't give you a hard on, I mean, what the fuck will, right? So, it says on the back, what if one of the greatest run and gun games of all time was never released in its complete and original developed form? In 1993, Factor 5 finished developing the complete Super Turrican for SNES, a 6 megabit title. Unfortunately, the game had to be cut down by 33% to 4 megabits. 24 years later, Super Turrican Director's Cut is finally here, featuring a whole new level with new music, better sound effects, and graphics. There's even a new way to use the beam weapon. Super Turrican is undoubtedly one of the greatest run and gun games of all time, originally rated 5 out of 5 by GamePro magazine and achieving an Editor's Choice Award by Electronic Gaming Monthly in 1993. Now you can play the complete Super Turrican for the first time ever, only on the Super NT. That's pretty badass. So I didn't even know that was coming with it. This is gonna come from a toy group that I'm in. Alright? And it's almost like I'm this fucking stealth jet, right? I'm this stealth jet, and I'm creeping on these toy group guys who normally, from what I've seen so far, a lot of them don't go to eBay, and a lot of them are really good guys that they're not expecting much, and they're a lot of them are happy to trade for toys. So, I'm watching this auction, and first of all, I didn't know the worth of the game. Second of all, I was the only one in this auction. It was a live auction. I was the only one asking for games. So he grabbed this pile of PlayStation 1 games. And I don't have the rest of the games with me. I didn't even think about pulling them. I'm just realizing now, but fuck it. But it was 10 games. He started the bid off at $10. Now, off the top of my head, they had like Frogger. And they were all in the case. The artwork was there. I think there was only one loose disc, and it was Monopoly. But they had Rayman, they had Road Rash, and a few other common games. But the last one he pulled out, and it was crazy. The very last one he pulls out, Raiden Project. This is my first long case, I know it's not a big box, but even long case, this is my first long case PS1 game ever. So I was really happy to get this, and I ended up lucking out, and I felt bad. I messaged the guy after. I'm like, look, you know, because he had told me, we're on an honor system, Trevor. If you see a game that's, you know, worth a little bit, you got to give me a heads up so I can, you know, make the starting bid appropriate, you know. And I went back and told him afterwards, man, that Raiden Project game, it's worth a little bit, you know. So I owe him a little bit extra on the next auction that he does. That's the solution we came out with. But I ended up paying $10 for the auction, all the games. So pretty cool. This is another game that came with that same trade for that Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition. Got Sonic CD. I'm hoping that this is gonna push me to finally get a running Sega CD, because I don't have the system yet. I have one in the damn box, but it doesn't power on. Nothing happens. And a lot of people keep telling me that it's just the fuse or whatever, but I don't know where to order one. I mean, I could resolder it if I had the part. I just I never really took the time to research where I need to get this cap from. I'm assuming it's a cap. If it's a literal fuse that I could just remove and buy at Walmart or something, I'm gonna kick myself in the ass. But I assume it's a cap. So I'm back. I'm gonna be making some more videos. A lot of stuff I have planned. Which if I have not mentioned it, I don't think I've mentioned this to many people yet. But there was this video way back in the 80s, this news segment made called Nuts for Nintendo.
John Stossel reports Nuts for Nintendo when 2020 continues.
New York City, early in the morning.
I've done 7 stores a day for 3 weeks now. I cannot find it.
Few stores that have been able to get copies of the hottest Nintendo games. Mario 2 and The Adventure of Link.
You're throwing things that I've never even discovered in this game.
Yeah, because you don't know. If you're a grown-up, you hardly do this. If you're a grown-up, you have work to do. I just like jumping on things and killing them and shooting things.
The coalition says this will make some kids act violently. Well, I don't know about that.
She doesn't like
This girl's mother doesn't like the game.
because she thinks that you're going brain dead while you're watching it.
Maybe you will be brain dead from staring at this thing all the time.
No.
And while we were talking, Mom was watching all this warily.
I had to take it away for a while because homework wasn't getting done. Bedtime got pushed aside.
What do you mean take it away for a while?
I disassembled it and put it in the back of a closet for a while.
I actually caught up with some of the people that were interviewed for this segment and did a follow-up interview with them. So that video is going to be coming as soon as I can possibly get it all done. It's taken a while to do everything, and it may be a situation where I bit off a little bit more than I can chew, you know, but eventually it's going to be on the channel. Follow-up interview, you know, all these years later, with some of the people that were in Nuts for Nintendo. So I hope people can look forward to that and get enjoyment out of it. But anyway, that's going to do it for me. This is Trevor over at Toploaded Gaming. See you next time.